Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to talk to you about a recent news item. And a few days ago there were some used trainers. They used to belong to Michael Jordan and they were Nike Air ships, and they were sold at an auction in America with Sotheby's. It was a luxury sale that they had on, and they sold for $1,472,000 US. And I just wanted to talk about the economics behind how they sold at this price and how it worked using a demand and supply diagram. So when the auction began, they will have started at quite a low price. So let's say this price down here. And we'll call this price X, so price X. And they started off the auction at this price and they said, who would be willing to pay this much? Before I go any further, you'll have noticed here that our supply curve is perfectly inelastic. And that means that it's vertical, completely vertical. So it's perfectly inelastic. And the reason for that is that there's only one pair of these shoes. So it doesn't matter what price is paid, there's only one pair of shoes that's available. So it's perfectly inelastic. So going back to this, we imagine they started at price X. And at price X, what they found was that there was one pair of shoes available, but the amount of people demanding the shoes, let's say there were 4,000 people, I'm making this up, there were 4,000 people who wanted the shoes. So therefore what they did was they said, okay, price X isn't high enough. We've got more people who want the shoes than there are shoes available. And remember, we call this distance the difference between how many of the product are available, in this case one, and how many people want it. This is called excess demand, because the quantity demanded is greater than the quantity being supplied. So what they then do in the auction is they put up the price. They say, okay, we're going to put the price up to, let's say, price Y. And at price Y, you still only have one pair of shoes available. But again, we've got more people who are demanding the shoes than there are shoes available. Let's say this is 3,000 people now still want these trainers that Michael Jordan used to wear. And then what they do is they increase the price. As they're increasing the price, we're moving along the demand curve here. And as we're moving along the demand curve here, the demand is getting less and less. The demand is contracting. So like a balloon, when it gets smaller and smaller, it contracts. And the demand here is contracting. We still only have one pair of shoes available. This keeps happening. The price being offered keeps going up and up. Less people are willing to bid to say that they would buy the shoes. Eventually we come to this price, the golden price. And this is, remember that we're operating in US dollars. And this price is $1,472,000 US. And at this price, there is one person who is willing to buy the trainers. And this is where your demand, this curve, is equal to your supply. And you have one person who is willing to buy the one pair of shoes. So your quantity demanded, there's one person who wants the pair of shoes, and there's one pair of shoes being supplied, and they equal each other at $1,472,000 US. And this is how the auction worked and how Michael Jordan's Nike Air ships ended up being sold for such a very high price.